Today we're making simple pickled beets. I say simple, my recipe is simple, it's my recipe. I'm only going to use 3 bunch of beets, so we have 3 of these roots here that we're going to slice and use for the pickled beets. Do not throw your leaves away. Leaves are excellent. You wash, boil these, and eat these with a little olive oil and vinegar, and it's a wonderful, nutrient-rich vegetable to have. So I'm taking a bunch of beets and I'm cutting off this part, and I'm going to cut it off right there. So I've left that on. I'm going to take the little root off. Now, I'm taking these 3. These are going to get boiled now. It'll probably take a good 35, 40 minutes. I boil them. Other people roast them. I'm going to boil them and then peel them. Now, for these lovely greens, I'm just going to cut them in probably thirds. Leaves and all. Wash them very well because beets are full of dirt. And then they're going to get boiled. I'm going to put the sliced beets in a jar with the ingredients we're going to use to pickle them. I'm not canning this. It's going to stay in my refrigerator. They'll probably be done in 2 days. I'm using a pot. I put the 3 washed roots in here. And they're going to go ahead and get started to boil. Cover them fully with water and let them go. I didn't pierce them. I didn't prick them. I didn't do anything. I'm just going to boil them. Later on, I'll add the greens at the end so they can get boiled. For the 3 large beets that I have, I'm going to use a half an onion. And we'll just cut half moons, about a 1/4 inch thick, like that. 1/4 inch thick. We'll set these aside. So we're going to add them to the sliced beets later. In a saucepan, 1 1/2 cups of apple cider vinegar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a 1/2 cup of water. We're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of cloves, whole cloves, a 1/2 teaspoon of allspice. Now, if you have whole allspice, use that, but I don't. I have ground allspice. We're going to use that. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to bring this mixture to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer for 10 minutes on the stove. I won't show that. It'll be ready when we're going to pour it into the jar. But that's what we'll do now. We'll have this ready. Okay, the beets boiled, and I put the leaves in, and they're going to stay separate from the pickled beets. This is what I do with beets. These are the greens. They were boiled. All I do is add a little olive oil, a little red wine vinegar, or you could use balsamic, a little salt to taste, and some pepper. That's really it. Give them a tossing. The vitamins and nutrients that beets provide us also are great for blood pressure, and fresh beets have many health benefits. You want to cook them so the stalk has softened enough to chew. They're so good. It's a great vegetable side dish. Now, back to the pickled beets. These have cooled down a bit. Here they are. They took a good 35, 40 minutes, and that's the way I do them. I will start to peel them, although the skin does come off very easily. You don't even have to peel them. There you go. If you just squish it with your finger, the skin comes right off. You can slice these like this, or you can do chunks like this. And we're going to fill them in the jar. The onion that we sliced earlier, we'll put some of that in there. So I actually went and found another jar. So everything is in there, the sliced beets and the onions. We'll take the brine now that we made earlier, and I'm going to strain it. I don't want the cloves and the spices to fall into it. And I did add a cinnamon stick. I think I forgot to tell you earlier. And we just take the brine and we'll fill up this jar. And there's our pickled beets. If you like pickled beets, skip those cans. Much more healthier for you because it's homemade. Now these beets could stay in the refrigerator, will stay in the refrigerator, and can stay there for up to 3 months if they last that long. We'll probably eat these within the week. They're great to put on salads or sandwiches. They're really not ready now, but I can't wait to try them. You can tell they're going to be delicious. And I'm going to let them sit in here for a few days. I'll keep this on the counter till it really cools off, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator. A bunch of beets, 3 actually bunches, created us a nice side dish of boiled beets with some olive oil and red wine vinegar and pickled beets. If you're a fan of beets, you need to try this out. This one's pretty tasty, and it's not too sweet at all because we only used a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. If you like this recipe, follow for more.